the motorhome was just warm and toasty.
Now you tell me.
And I told Karen, I said, look, go in the motorhome. It's, just help yourself.
She said, I didn't want to wake him up. He was.
Well, it was come in the living room. But anyway, I heard you getting ready to go, and I was leaned back in my favorite chair with Yellowstone on DVD, drinking some hot chocolate. Life wasn't bad.
Sounds pretty nice.
And you were, y'all were just freezing to death. And I know Karen, she went up and got in the cab of the truck, got warm.
That's right. She was all right. She toughed it out.
Oh yeah, well, hey, she's tough. It was still a lot of fun down there, and there were some kind of cars.
That place was packed. Ain't no doubt about that. And
they came in all night long.
Yeah, they were coming in as we were leaving out. So yeah, I figured that he's got it going on down there. Ain't no doubt about that.
I was very impressed. Ben has done a good job, and I had several comments the last couple of weeks about how good the show went when Ben was on. And I've also got to compliment my cohort over here, Landon, did the technical stuff, all the computer, and we've got to use a laptop and this little box. I still haven't decided what that thing is, an interface, and your cell phone. And Josh here back at the station did a great job. It worked out very, very well.
And we had food.
And food.
Plenty of food.
And had the Cajun boil, I guess. Is that what it was?
A low country boil.
Low country boil?
Yeah, or shrimp boil. They call it several different things, but we had plenty of food. Everybody who wanted some got it.
There you go.
So we got.
It only took you a week to eat everything, right?
Well, the leftovers lasted me about a week, and I finally had enough of it. It had to go. But anyway, it was good. So you and I talked this week about some of the events going on down there. Yeah, I think the April the 22nd and 23rd is when the
American Outlaw Series. American Outlaw Series.
Yeah, it starts. We'll go down and we might do the show live. I'll get in with Ben and see if he'll let us come down and do the show live from there again. That was a lot of fun. But last week, let me tell you, after the show last week, loaded up in the RV, went down to Wind Creek, did a little camping, stayed down there till Monday afternoon. Anyway, we stayed there couple days, and we weren't the first people at the campground, by the way. There was lots and lots of people there.
That's good.
The first time I ever been to Wind Creek, heard about that. So anyway, that was a lot of fun. I didn't get to go to Test and Tune last week, but let me tell you, it's on this week. I've been working toward getting the Corvette ready. Had a battery ordered. The battery did not show up. Apparently, batteries come truck freight as opposed to FedEx or UPS. So truck didn't get there. I was depressed. So the Corvette, it'll be another week before it gets to. We get to make noise with it. But the 55, it still needs some. It needs some love. So hopefully with my new converter and some nitrous, we'll make a serious pass with it.
That's good. Good. Now, Chris, what he didn't tell you is when I looked at my phone Monday, I was the only member of my family not on vacation, and I was at work. I wasn't sure how I felt about that.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Hey, even I was on vacation.
Yeah.
Well, what's up with that?
Ridiculous.
Well, the RV, if I'd have known RVing was this much fun, I'd have done it.
A long time ago?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
No, but let me tell you what happened. When you pull up to the fuel pump to refuel, it kind of gets your attention.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, without the trailer behind it, it gets over 10 miles a gallon. Well, dang Suburban don't give it 12, so it's that's fine. I went down. It's 109 miles down there. Rode around a little bit, and I burnt 21 gallons in 200 and probably 20 or 30 miles. So it's the RV's not bad. Now you put that trailer behind it. Oh my goodness. I think when I got back from Montgomery, 6.3. Of course, that's running a generator for a couple of days, but 6.3 miles a gallon.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Hey, and the good thing about that thing is I noticed it has an onboard air compressor.
Oh yes, it does. So our air compressor died.
Yep.
Fired that thing up and smoke went everywhere. So burnt the belt off of it. But I bought another one. So I'm up. I didn't buy a belt. I bought another compressor. So I'm just a little one. And I think I got that at Wally World. But anyway, I've got one that puts air. But the motorhome itself. But hey, something else. You had to fire the big motor up to have air. It runs off the engine.
Hey, it was there to save you, I guess. That's the main thing.
It had a 100-foot hose. It's not like a run out of hose, so it worked out pretty well.
What caused the tire to go down? You ever find out?
Nope. No leak. Now I haven't pulled the spare that went flat. I have not pulled it out and checked it. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that was odd. It was definitely on the ground when we walked back around there that morning, but
it sure was. It was low, and I looked back, it wasn't low anymore. It was flat.
Right. Oh well.
Well, we team efforted it and got Kenny over there, and he helped us. We jacked that thing up, and your cute aluminum jacks that you use on your race car have no business trying to jack a trailer up.
No, they don't. They give out pretty quick.
Man.
Let's see, we had ours that wouldn't jack it up all the way, so we brought his over there, and it started to flex. It was a tough ordeal.
So anyway, remember the little one you had it up under the trailer because you're trying to jack the axle up instead of the trailer. That was interesting. So I got a big bottle jack there at the house. That bottle jack will do it.
Yeah.
So I need to make sure, or get one of those ramp deals you pull up on.
I've got one of those. I can have a little simple. It's like a 4 square little thing you set up, and you put it in front of the good wheel. And that thing works great. You just pull the trailer forward, and it drives up on it, and it'll take the other wheel off the ground.
Okay.
It's a very simple piece. I think you buy it at Walmart for like $30 maybe.
Well, that might be may have to do that.
It's pretty simple for how it works, and it works pretty good because I've had to use it several times working on my trailer. So
well, if you ever you get most of the weight off of it, then it don't take a whole lot of a jack to adjust you where you need to be.
Yeah. So
and I've got one of the battery operated impact. I drove off and left it, so we had to do it by hand.
At least you left it at home.
I didn't drive off from the side of the road. It was at home.
And I had just put that 4-way. Y'all use that 4-way? I had just put that in a trailer that weekend.
Well, I've got a 4-way that I think I found it in an old car I bought. There's one side of a 4-way that won't fit anything. I don't know what it's for, but it won't fit anything. So I cut it off and welded me a 1/2-inch extension on the end of it. So I just put a socket on that thing. Yeah. And that works pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's good.
Just did a little welding, and I can assure you it's not real pretty, but it works well.
Yeah, that's all it's got to do is get the job done.
Yeah. Well, we haven't talked a whole lot about, or we're trying to talk about the Gardendale Performance 205 list. Should be starting up sometime this month. We don't have a real date. But let me tell you what I started on. Last year we had the crown. You take a picture of the crown, and that's this year. Oh my gosh, we stepped up big time.
Tell me about it.
One of the aluminum connecting rods out of the Corvette motor. The rule is you take aluminum rods out, you throw them away, because if you leave them laying there, they look fine. I'll reuse them. Well, you don't do that. You throw them away. Well, anyway, I took a burnt piston, put this assembly together in a bowl, and poured a clear epoxy and is making a trophy out of this thing. And it's got a clock, goes in the big end. Already got my clock. this epoxy said it takes 5 to 7 days for it to completely cure, but it's clear. You can see the piston I used was burned up, so you'll be able to see all the damage on the piston. And so I got to find somebody to engrave this assembly.
There you go.
And you know, I know I messed up. I put this piston in a bowl because I went upstairs and got my Tupperware stuff and found me a bowl that the piston fit in, and I believe it's going to leave some a flavor in that bowl I probably won't be able to use anymore. Anyway, I'll throw it away.
You gonna get first place of the slow class engraved on that thing?
That's right.
First place,
top third is low class. But I didn't get it exactly centered in this bowl. Well, actually, it was centered, and when you leaned it over, it just kind of moved. Well, I needed enough material on it to polish the ugly off of it. So what I did, I took the chair picker, or engine hoist in the real world, and lifted this thing up about a 1/2 inch. So I've had a 1/2 inch on the bottom, so I'll be able to sand and I'll find somebody to machine it round,
okay,
and engrave it. So it'll have DragRace Central on it.
Well, that'd be pretty interesting. Hopefully, I'll get to win that. But if not, hopefully, maybe you do.
Well, I want somebody to win it. I made it. Hey, and it's cost a lot more so far than that $5.50 when I bought over at Party City.
Really? That was a pretty neat crown you had there, Doug. You got to admit, that was pretty neat.
I went back. They didn't have any more of them.
But do a belt.
I guess so. But they changed up and it just messed up. All right. Well, I hear music in the background. We're going to take our first break of the day. We'll be right back on DragRace Central.
Glassworks Plus offers expert commercial and residential glass services by installing, repairing, and replacing the glass on your property. Glassworks Plus will take care of all your glass needs, from tempered and insulated glass to window installation and shower enclosures. We have the skills and expertise to install and repair the glass you desire. Give them a call at 205-681-9162. That's 205-681-9162 for all your commercial and residential glass needs. They do storefronts and doors also.
March Automotive Custom Dyno Tuning and Car Engine Swap. You can locate them at 65472 U.S. Highway 231, Blunsville, Alabama. Give them a call at 205-429-4131. That's 205-429-4131.
Have you ever had weird sounds coming from your trailer? Are you stopping at a red light and your tire from your trailer passes you? Then you need the Hub Saver. You can find them on the web at thehubsaver.com. So don't get stranded on the side of the road for 24 hours and lose money. Go to thehubsaver.com.
Ward Brothers Motorsports, 205-208-3278. That's 205-208-FAST. You can find them at 8691 Thornton Avenue, Leeds.
You've arrived at your destination.
Or look them up on the web at wardbrothersmotorsports.com. Performance vehicle dealer. No games, no gimmicks, just car guys who like to have fun.
Welcome back into DragRace Central. Chris, can you believe the ramen noodles just showed up? I was wondering what happened to ramen noodles.
Yep.
No soy sauce?
No, it's been a while since I've carried some here, honestly.
Well, I that has bothered me. He hadn't doctored it up with soy sauce in a while.
I haven't had any.
Oh.
It's not. Well, I don't have any here.
Okay.
I got plenty at home. I got a gallon jug at home.
Yeah, we had Chinese last night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Sushi. No, not actually sushi, but Rebecca had some Chinese food, and I had some Chinese food. I had curry chicken. I like curry chicken.
Oh yeah, pretty good.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I like what's that? Egg fried shrimp, egg fried rice with shrimp.
Yeah.
Man, that's some count.
Oh yeah. The thing about it is, after you eat it, wait 5 minutes, you're hungry again. So
it doesn't last very well. Laster Mountain is doing a test and tune tomorrow. Huntsville test and tune today and tomorrow. Jake's test and tune. Everybody is getting up and operating. The weather's going to be outstanding today. Tomorrow at Capital City is what? We talked about going to Outlaw 10-5. They got some old school. What was that old school thing they talked about?
Yeah. Now let's see. The old school's on a different date now. I think that's on. That started tomorrow. So they're doing the original index heads up racing, which has the I think at the 530, the 6070 racing. And they're also going to do an Outlaw 10-5, just like we used to do back in the day when the tire size was 10.5 Ws. You could run that, but after that, anything goes. There's no limits on anything.
That's good. Now, one of the things they have to be careful about, they'll have 10-5. There was a race, I think it was last year, paid a bunch of money. A guy showed up with a dragster with 10-5s on it. Well, it didn't say you couldn't do it. The guy said, well, I okay.
Yeah. I would have to probably need to make sure that it says door cars only, but
yeah. Because a guy weighs 1,700 pounds and got a good motor in it. He can still run 440s.
Right. And I've seen them come to these races with the lightweight. What do you call them things, like the little Batum roasters or the little T-bucket cars?
Fuel altereds.
Yeah, they'll show up with one of those wanting to run the index classes, and hey, that thing ain't got no doors on it, so that is part of the rules. So you just can't show it with any car.
All right, hey, back in the day, you remember the Fiat Topolino that used to come from up in Decatur area?
Yeah.
Was it Snake Bramlett?
I remember seeing the car there, and that was one neat setup. That was for sure.
That blinker's light,
and we had a blown small block in it. Is that the one?
You climbed in and out the top, but I think it had doors.
It did.
But the original Fiat had a cloth roof. You just slid back for your air conditioning.
Right.
So anyway, I think that's Bramlett Suzuki in Decatur. I think it's the same people.
Oh yeah.
He'd be our age, he's somebody's pawpaw now.
Oh, I remember it. So that was a pretty neat little car.
Uh-huh.
Hey,
What you
speak of, turns out you have some competition to join the fray.
All right.
The Voodoo is put back together.
Voodoo is together. Good morning, Miss Donna, the snack lady. She's an AKA snack lady, and William, her husband. Mm-hmm. It'll be good to have them back at the track. So he's been down and broke a rear end. I let him have a Dana I had there at the house. Got him all fixed up, and he had to make some. He's going to fix his 12-bolt, which is fine, except it's only good for so much. The Dana, you can beat it like a rented mule, and it don't care.
Exactly. Right there with a 9-inch, if not it better.
Well, it's a 9 3/4-inch ring gear, so they're big.
Right.
And the only advantage I see from a Dana over a 9-inch, you will never see a Dana spit the pinion out the front and tear up the drive shaft and the transmission.
No, they got to come in through the back, that's for sure.
Yeah, it definitely ain't coming out the front.
But good rear ends, I ran them many years under that Corvette and never had no problems with it.
I had a lady come in the shop one time and said, "Sir, my rear end's making a funny noise." I said, "Ma'am, you're at the wrong place. You probably need to go to the doctor." I'm not sure that's what she meant.
She wasn't talking about that.
Well, that's what she said. Something else we need to mention, we are 5 weeks away from Southeast Gassers. Landon, I said it correctly. Southeast Gassers.
There you go. Yeah.
Coming to Laster Mountain. They're going to be there May the 7th. We're excited about those guys. The guys coming. One of the best shows you'll ever see. We all like Pro Mods. We like Top Fuel. All these things are just over the top. The gassers, wow, they put on the show.
They do. Four chances of wrecking a car going down the track, and they never lit up.
That's it. 941-1011 is our number. Give us a call. We'll talk about some of the scratching off we got going, and let me see. Let me look at my
there's a lot going on today.
Too much. Something I missed last week is the first car show up at Ashley Furniture. And they had a big crowd. I think everybody showed up to the event. So that was a real good one. I'm glad that these things are getting started.
Oh yes.
This time of year.
Yep. Start. Where do you want to start? Huntsville.
Bayleton. We got Bayleton. Has got a Pro and Foot Brake, and last week I-22's first race. They'll be racing again. I heard Greg Biddle fire up last night, but I'm sure he's loading his car up and going up to I-22.
They'll have a Pro Foot Brake, junior dragsters.
Yeah. If you're already out there working on the track, give us a call. We want to talk to you. We need you. We get your Hunter up here on the show with us. Tell what's going to be going on.
Did they make some track changes up there?
I did. I hadn't. Just some maintenance, upgrading. So what in normal world, that's play. How long has that been there? 15 years or so.
Yeah.
You just have to do some maintenance on them.
Yeah, I didn't know. I saw something on the internet about doing some track changes up there, but I didn't know what they did. That's one track I haven't run yet. Tell me about it.
If you go, racetrack is a racetrack. You got to get the barbecued nachos. This is one of the things, and if it's hot, you can go up to the vegetable stand. Now, the vegetable stand is a covered parking spot for your golf cart. You go up on the spectator side, go up the hill, and it looks like cantaloupe stands, what it looks like. But you sit under in the shade, watch the races. And the only thing I don't like about it, it's not real loud up there.
Oh, really?
It quietens it down.
It's the flattest. Well, besides that one hill, the entire track, everywhere around it's flat. So you have the one hill.
Well, it was it was old strip pits, what it was, redone, and they do a good job with the Pro Mods. I believe it's 4th of July. I always have a good 4th of July Pro Mod race. They do 2 of them a year, I believe. We hadn't talked to Greg. He needs to call and tell us what's going on. We like for our tracks to let us know. We struggle and look up as much as possible, but hear from the guys is good.
Y'all call in. And so again, we'll be doing hopefully some testing tomorrow. We're going to have the Blue Flash out there, the Fultondale Flash out there, and you'll have the Blue Thunder out there.
It could be the
tomorrow.
Blue Goose. I don't know. Blue Bayou. Hook us up over there, Landon.
Blue Duck.
The Duck, yeah.
Ray's Drive Shafts located at 1417 Decatur Highway in Fultondale, Alabama. Give them a call down at 256-574-74. I'm sorry. 256-572-7485. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Get out there, get you a custom drive shaft made to your needs, your specifications,
or your wants. Not be a need. You may just want one like this.
Yeah, you're right.
If you want a wobble shaft, I bet you he can hook you up with a wobble shaft.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nah, he does a good job out there.
Yeah, or chrome muffler bearings. You may even have those up there.
Chrome muffler bearings.
Yep. So usually you have to get them with the black or blued, but no, he's got them in chrome.
Chrome muffler bearings. I actually worked at a parts store, and somebody had told me that's what they needed.
Or it could be a suck-out valve or a jelly pump. That's what you said. Give me a suck-out valve. What is that?
Yeah.
It's that thing hooks to a jelly pump. Everybody knows that.
Yeah. Or, hey, my liquor fluid's getting a little low. I know it's quit working.
That's right. We used to pull stuff on people all the time. Anyway, I'm trying to get all my the Holiday Beach has got the first week. I think this is the first race of the season for them.
First Saturday.
First Saturday.
They've been doing Thursdays.
Oh, okay.
This will be their first Saturday.
Well, I talked to Don Bradford this week, and he said he had gone down and you make a couple passes early because they just there's so many people down there that you know it just kind of gets in the way.
That's right.
So he made him too fast, and he said, "Hey, let's load this stuff up. We're leaving here."
And don't forget, if you leave now, you can still make the NHRA race. They are racing the big boys up there, the top fuel cars and funny cars up there. I think 4 wide. Are they
in Las Vegas?
Las Vegas.
You might have to leave right now because it's going to be a while. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back on Drag Race Central.
This portion of the show is brought to you by The Home Place. They have 2 locations. They have Pinson and Warrior. Pinson number is 205-681-6226 or the Warrior location at 205-543-6556.
In the wake of a disaster, what one thing can you send that will help people the most? A blanket, a tent, a sandbag, a doctor. Actually, if you send a monetary donation, you send all these things. Even a small donation can make a big impact and can quickly become exactly what people affected by disaster need most.
In the wake of a hurricane, your monetary donation can make a huge difference to those in need. To donate, visit supporthurricanerelief.org. That's supporthurricanerelief.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
I'm a veteran. We hit a mine in Vietnam.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
My victory's been never giving up hope.
DAV helps veterans of every generation get the benefits they've earned.
I finally admitted, with my PTSD, I wasn't doing well.
So veterans can reach victories, great and small.
Now I wish I'd found DAV sooner. My victory is just enjoying each day.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
We parents hear our kids say lots of things that can get us pretty worked up. Things like,
"Look, Mom, no hands."
And,
"Ouch, that hurts."
Look, you'll never completely stop worrying about your kids. But you can breathe a little easier with free or low-cost health insurance through Medicaid and CHIP programs in your state. The truth is, they're covering more kids and teens than ever before. So even if you've applied in the past, even if you don't qualify, your kids can now be eligible for regular doctor and dentist visits, prescriptions, and more. So the next time you hear,
"Ooh, I don't feel so good,"
relax. Your kids can be covered.
Get us kids covered today. Families of 4 earning up to $49,200 a year or more may qualify. Just go to insurekidsnow.gov or call 1-877-KIDS-NOW. That's 1-877-543-7669. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
New federal guidelines have nearly doubled the number of Americans eligible for lung cancer screening. Insurance companies are required to cover these tests for those ages 50 to 80 who currently smoke or used to smoke. Along with new treatments, lung cancer screening saves lives. If you are 50 to 80 years old and smoke or used to smoke, talk to your doctor about lung cancer screening. For more information and to find a screening center near you, visit the National Lung Cancer Roundtable at nlcrt.org.
Today, millions of people all across America are building a life in recovery from addiction and mental illness, helping themselves
and helping each other, with friends, family, and community lending their strength and support.
Join the Voices for Recovery.
Together, we are stronger.
For 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral for mental and substance use disorders, for you or someone you know, call 1-800-662-HELP.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Welcome back in to Drag Race Central. Let's do some real radio show. So 6:33, April the 2nd. You know, we survived April Fool's Day. Kinda.
That would have been a fun show.
The what you call it, the double moon shot.
They came up yesterday. Instead of having the moonshot, they've expanded. Holly has on the it's called a Sky Ram for LS. You guys, if you run an LS motor, this is a must-have. It's a about a 3-foot long tonner ram set up for an LS with the moonshots on top of that. Makes a total of 7,000 horsepower on your LS. This thing can be had if you want to purchase it, or better yet, if you go on their website, you can actually win a chance, take a chance of winning this, no charge. I'm not kidding. Look it up.
And it was
Holly.
Last year they did moonshot, 3,200 horses of nitrous. It was an April Fool's deal, but they actually had, I don't know how many nitrous plates in a stack, and they mashed a button. Let me tell you, there was some nitrous left that place. And it was, wasn't it 3,000 horses of nitrous?
Yeah, something like that.
So now they doubled down.
Yeah.
Now they got 7,000 horsepower you can make with their Sky Ram, with the moonshot on top of that.
I wonder how that worked with a stock bottom end 5.3.
Well, it'd probably handle it for once.
It would. It would do good till it blew up.
Well, they dynoed one. It made 7,000 horsepower. You don't even need to buy a top fuel car with this. You could just get your stock LS motor and throw that on top of it.
Because they rebuild them every pass anyways. You just go by the junkyard and get you 8 or 10 motors and come to the track.
That's right. They're pretty easy to come by, so you can make a pass on every motor on them and just go at it that way if you had to.
Now, if they take points for oiling the track down, it ain't gonna work out good.
No, hopefully not.
You have to have a blanket. Because you fixing tear some parts up.
But no kidding, you can go on to Holly's website and you can get a chance of winning it. I think it's got a date when they will announce the winner of it. So be interesting. This thing's pretty cool. It is a mock-up, not the actual real one, but it is on there. So let's go take a chance of winning it. I don't mind having a
that would be cartoonish. What you got over there, Landon?
It's cartoonish.
Let me look at that thing. Oh my goodness! It kind of looks like, you got pictures on the radio. It kind of looks like a giraffe. The tubes look to be about 3 feet long. They go up to the ground.
See if you could show where the thing you use to modify your hood to make it work. Show them if you can pull that up. That's pretty hilarious.
Pictures on the radio. That's pretty awesome.
We're describing this thing.
Yeah,
it's even dumber from the side.
I think the side shot. Ooh, nice. Wow.
You think we put that on the GTO?
Hey, no, that will look good on a gasser.
They got it on a truck. They actually have one on a truck somewhere. See if you can pull that up. You'll have to go to a different page of it. But anyway. We get a chance to put something like that together. There it is.
There it is. Yep, with the
moonshot,
with the spacers.
Let me see. This is going to be a hoot one. Holy smoke!
Yeah,
that looks like a building in Chicago, don't it? Side by side.
They even got T-shirts out with it that you can buy.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
We'll put that on the GTO.
Okay. You're the one got to buy gas for it. Don't bother me a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, how many bottles does it take to run? You'd have to get them big tall bottles to run the nitrogen.
Mother bottles. Have to have 2 mother bottles. Kind of heavy, but you don't run out.
Yeah, that would be fair. Hey, speaking of, you said I had to buy my own fuel. Speaking of, we have VP Racing Fuel. Several locations now. So many.
More and more. Ricky's having, I think, one of the biggest years he's ever had. Fortunately, we're getting with us and knowing. And we even got him talking some of our language. What flavor of fuel do you need? Do not taste this fuel. It's not about a flavor.
You get it with a charcuterie board.
What?
With a charcuterie board.
What's that?
The cheese, and you got the hams. You never.
The serving board.
Yeah, you never. They have like cheese and chips.
Yeah.
It's called a charcuterie board.
I'm learning stuff every day. Charcuterie.
Well, yeah.
That sounds like it ought to be on 70s porn show or something. I don't know.
It's all horse duvers.
Oh, horse duvers. All right. I'm all about some horse duvers.
You know what a wine tasting is?
Yes.
It's the same idea. We'll do a wine tasting of VP.
Well, they have those downtown at night, the wine tastings. But at Mad Dog 2020 and
they serve it on a hors-d'oeuvre, ain't they?
No, it's horse duvers. So anyway, VP Racing Fuel.
They have several locations. One is at Off-Road Connections. Let's see what he's got here. Garden Hill Performance, Dodge City Collision, NVS Auto,
which is the old Mike Sherrill building over on Minor Parkway.
DG Motorsports. Didn't know Dollar General got into that.
Nah, it's not DG. They're at the old Willis Groceries building in Morris.
Capital City Motorsports are the newest track to join the fray.
We know where that is down.
But they're the newest track to get VP.
He has VP Fuel and TrackBite.
That's right.
I'm not sure what they call their brand of traction compound.
We also have Holiday Raceway, which is racing today. Lasser Mountain, which is racing today. And Bayleton the Good Time, which is also racing today.
They are loaded up with locations. They've got also, we talk about racing fuel all the time and what you need. I talked to a young man, I believe it was Thursday. He's come in, going to buy some fuel and wanted to know which kind he needed. 10-1 aluminum headed, 10-1 small block with 150 nitrous. 110 is more than enough to protect your motor. It's with, of course, obviously, Chris, you know this, with racing fuel is not about making more power. It's about protecting the motor, where you can lay on the power and not hurt anything. And that's what it's about. Because if you took a 9.5 to 1 aluminum headed, even a big block, and put it on dyno, zing that thing up with some 93 octane, it'd make X power. You put some C23 in it, it may lose power. It just doesn't need that kind of fuel.
I think that's a misconception. A lot of people think that if the higher the octane they go on a car, especially if it's on stock or low compression, that the more octane they put in there, the faster it'll go. It's actually the opposite.
It slows the burn down.
Exactly. It's slowing the burn down. So that, if you got a little small 4-cylinder car or whatever and you try and put premium in it, then you wonder why the gas mileage goes down. It's because it's not burning at the rate the manufacturer's set up. And same thing with racing engines. Your compression ratio kind of dictates what fuel is going to go in there. If you go past it or below it, it's not going to perform well. And then the issue may be even worse than you think.
How about putting a set of cylinder heads that's capable of 800 horsepower on a 400 horsepower motor? It won't work. The combination is so important. Hey, here's another misconception. Spark plug heat ranges. Well, I'm using me some hot ones. I'm on cold one. It has nothing to do with how hot the spark plug fires. It's how quickly it dissipates heat. It's what heat ranges are. If you get them too cold, they're bad to. They'll foul out on you.
Mm-hmm.
Too hot, you can burn ends off of them, especially on high. So be careful with your heat ranges plug. And this young man I talked to the fuel about, he's on about some plugs, on and on and on and on. I said, you should, if everything's right, you should replace the plugs a couple times a year. You just don't have problems. Now, some of our guys, Neil Hawkins, they're on the they make a pass on a set of plugs, they throw them away. And they in real world, there's nothing wrong with them, but they won't risk, it's $25 for a set of plugs. They won't risk that. So that if they pull them out, they put new ones in.
Hey, talking about being just right, if you got them right, my little small motor we were running on alcohol, we ran it 2 years ago, pulled the motor out, set it on the engine stand, sit there for 2 years, put some WD-40 in it, put it back in this year, cranked it up, still on the same set of plugs from 2 years ago.
Well, what's funny, alcohol, if you flood the engine with alcohol, you take the plug out and blow it off, put it back in there.
Exactly.
It doesn't kill it.
No.
They do not set plugs up like gasoline does. Because gasoline is really kind of a nasty fuel. Now, your race fuel is not. But because race fuel is not gasoline.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
Also, the VP, take your nitrous bottle taken by Gardell Performance, and leave them first part of the week. That way, the end of the week, you can get them back. If you take them on Saturday morning, it's going to be kind of tough to get them back Saturday evening.
That's right. Take it, this morning. That way you get them back
next week.
Yeah.
Yep.
And ask Jimmy about the Sky Ram and the Moonshot kit. See if he can come up with one. See if he'll look it up.
that could happen.
You think he'll look it up on his computer, Sky Ram?
He'll look it up. I don't know if it'll come up, but he will look it up. So we've got Lasting Mountain going on, you said, today.
Yes.
It looks like a track rental. We've got Test and Tune tomorrow. Chris and I are going to be up running our vehicles.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Honing them in.
I'm going to complain real quick.
All right.
He's got True Street going on. Then he also has all-wheel drive class. So does that mean that all-wheel drive cars aren't True Street?
Well, so I believe that's your Teslas. Tesla will be the fastest thing up there. 6.0s, 121 miles an hour for a golf cart with really nice paint.
Super light batteries.
The thing weighs 4,900 pounds.
Yeah, it's not,
I believe
it's
what
not,
a Tesla weighs.
I thought they were running those lithium batteries or not.
Yeah, but there's 2,000 pounds of them.
My goodness.
It's like, how much does 1,000 pound of cotton weigh? It weighs 1,000 pounds. 1,000 pound of steel weighs 1,000 pounds.
My goodness.
Yeah, they're massive.
Yeah, they're terribly expensive. I think the whole underbody is a battery.
Mm-hmm.
But
it is.
They are fast.
Yeah. Yeah, all-wheel drive apparently is not True Street, just so you remember.
Even though you can buy them down at the store and make payments on it.
Say you have a Subaru, apparently it's not a real street car.
They sound funny. That Boxster motor I don't care what you do to it, it sounds terrible. Yep. And run good. Good quality, all that.
It's that flat crank.
Well, Jeep's got that, is it a SRT or something that's got the blown Hemi motor, all-wheel drive?
Trackhawk.
Trackhawk.
Yeah, there's a Jeep with a 800 horse motor in it.
Yep.
They do good.
Very nice.
Jaguar's got one. They're trying to think what it is. It competes with the Corvette, but it's all-wheel drive. Lamborghini's got one. I don't see many Lamborghinis at the drag strip.
You don't?
No, there's just not many of them.
There used to be a Ferrari come over there a lot. That 458.
Okay. Yeah, that was the football player. He brought his.
Andres. Yep.
Yeah. He didn't run. He ran his GTR. Didn't make a pass in a Ferrari.
That'd been interesting.
Yeah, and the McLaren's got one. It's 3.8 liter V8 twin turbo. I think it runs 640s. It's quick.
To get out there, and you might take a chance to bring your car up there and outrun a Ferrari or a Porsche or something. I remember one night on the interstate, David Merle, we were out on the streets running, and he went to run a Porsche or something on the interstate. We ran up on him, like, how you cruising on the interstate coming back around from the Eastwood Mall.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, we got to run this car. And I said, I don't think you need to run this Porsche. And I think we did. I think we ended up running that car and outrunning it on top of that. So, David, you remind me if it was a true story or some kind of a car like that.
we ended up racing a Porsche one time before the Porsche that we had became mine. When it was back with his, he threw a turbo on it, and that was it. And we ended up racing a really nice Porsche.
Yeah, a 911 style. Yeah, it didn't work out too good.
Yeah, so we turn around. He's like, "We're gonna go get the 280." He said, "I'm not doing this."
He's not going down in defeat, is he?
No. He said we're gonna go get the fast car.
Yeah, he won the battle, but he ain't gonna win the war. I was flying a lot in the mid '80s, and I'd gone over to me and my dad had gone over to the airport, rent a plane. Of course, at the time we rented, and as it turns out, it's actually a much better deal to rent a plane because if it breaks down, it's not your problem. But anyway, race cars are bad, but you've never spent money like you do on an airplane. It's worse than a swimming pool, worse than an ex-wife. You just can't imagine. It's a huge hole you're pouring money into. But I went over to the airport, me and Dad, and this guy drove up in around the aprons, what they call it, around the front of the FBOs, fixed base operators. It's the store. But anyway, he pulled up in a Pantera. He come in and he's trying to, the cute little girl behind the counter, he's trying to impress her. He said, I've got the fastest street car in Alabama. And I looked at him. I'm in my 427 Camaro with nitrous on it, and me and Daddy standing there. I'm signing the plane out, and I said, the fastest in Alabama? Yep, can't nobody touch it. I said, I got a pocket full of $100 bills if you'd like to make you some money, because I ain't scared no dang Ford. And Daddy said, no, maybe we going flying. I said, I'll make enough money in a little bit. I'll pay for my flying. Oh, no, he said, when I get up to so-and-so speed, you won't be able to see me. I said, you're right, because I'll be so far ahead of you. Anyway, he wimped out.
Yeah.
I ain't scared.
There you go.
I think the old Camaro had 342 gears in it. On nitrous, it would zing in high gear.
I can imagine.
Anyway, 70, 80 miles an hour, it just spin the tires.
Well,
fun stuff.
Yeah, well, it's been interesting to see anyway. But they remind me on that, if you remember that little story we was coming back from the races or streets or something.
I hear music in the background. Yeah. We're going to go out and take our last break of this hour, and we'll be right back on DragRace Central.
Glassworks Plus offers expert commercial and residential glass services by installing, repairing, and replacing the glass on your property. Glassworks Plus will take care of all your glass needs, from tempered and insulated glass to window installation and shower enclosures. We have the skills and expertise to install and repair the glass you desire. Give them a call at 205-681-9162. That's 205-681-9162 for all your commercial and residential glass needs. They do storefronts and doors also.
Marsh Automotive Custom Dyno Tuning and Car Engine Swap. You can locate them at 65472 U.S. Highway 231, Blunsville, Alabama. Give them a call at 205-429-4131. That's 205-429-4131.
Have you ever had weird sounds coming from your trailer? Are you stopping at a red light and your tire from your trailer passes you? Then you need the Hub Saver. You can find them on the web at thehubsaver.com. So don't get stranded on the side of the road for 24 hours and lose money. Go to thehubsaver.com.
Ward Brothers Motorsports, 205-208-3278. That's 205-208-FAST. You can find them at 8691 Thornton Avenue, Leeds.
You've arrived at your destination.
Or look them up on the web at wardbrothersmotorsports.com. Performance vehicle dealer. No games, no gimmicks, just car guys who like to have fun.
This segment brought to you by Wholesale Transmission at 425 University Boulevard. Take care of all your transmission needs. The area code 205-251-0466. That's 251-0466.
Ranger Station, Ranger speaking.
Hi. I'd like to report a bear hug.
Okay.
Well, before I left my campsite, I was putting out my fire, and out of nowhere, Smokey Bear showed up and hugged me?
So you drowned the fire, you stirred it, drowned it again, and felt that it was cold?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. He likes it when people correctly put out their campfires. He's pretty big on wildfire prevention. He's just letting you know you did good with a hug. He's a hugger.
I just got a bear hug from Smokey Bear. Status update!
All right, I'm going to let you go now. I've got a lot of ranger stuff to do. There are many ways to start a fire, but one sure way to put it out. Learn how you can do your part at SmokeyBear.com.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service, Ad Council, and your state forester.
I'm a different breed. Maybe I'm
Welcome back in. It is Lanny, Chris, I got to do this. It's just really, really important. If I mash the right button. Look, apparently
654.
There we go, 654. I knew there was a button on the phone.
I was waiting for the time to change before you said it again.
You know, we were just talking off the air about some of our antics on the street we used to do.
Right.
Me and my buddy Clifford, we were out cruising. He went to the University of Alabama. He was the smart one of our, my buddies. He finished too. But anyway, we were on the way. I think he come home for the weekend. We were on the way to the mall because, and the correct term is called snake a date. We never had a date. We go snake a date. Anyway, we were on the way to the mall, and we come up on, it was over about Airport Highway, approaching that area, and there's this Nova. Of course, we're going to pick a race. We got up there, and there was two girls in this thing, very attractive girls. We picked a race and took off. We got blistered. It was pretty bad. I thought, man, and in 100, if I pick 100 races, I'd win 80 or 90. I mean, I did pretty good. This girl just killed me. We got over to the mall. We pulled them over. We got to talking, and this girl's, it was her brother's car, and he is in Florida, and she found the keys. She is out just wearing his car out.
Oh, you think he'll notice when he gets back?
Yeah, there's some tires missing. Another time, we've been at the mall. You go from Eastwood Mall down the freeway, and then you go and head out towards Center Point. We go from the mall to Center Point. Center Point, just bad. That's what we did all night long.
Yeah, the super shops
was
out that way.
So I got on the freeway. We got up to the freeway at Aeropuerto Madrid. It's a 360, a little loop. So when I got there, there was a car with a roll cage in it, first generation Camaro. Here we go. Guy had his girlfriend in the car. I'm going to embarrass him, Well, we did the loop, and the interstate started right there. There may have been one exit, but the interstate wasn't through. There's no cars. Well, as soon as I could, I whipped over to the left lane, started around him. When I got to the top of the hill, he was at the other end of the bridge.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my God. I don't know what he had. Kill me. Just kill me.
Who was it, do you know?
I don't know.
Mike Mars?
No, this is a regular-looking car. It just had a couple of turn downs on it, and he had a real good motor in it.
Now, I remember you told me you had to have at least one turn down.
Now that is on my 78 Cutlass. Had a turbo on a small block.
Oh, yeah. I remember you telling me about it.
Rotomaster. This thing ran normally aspirated until the boost come on, and it went around. This thing blowed these two little flaps closed, and it ran boost. Actually worked pretty good. Well, I've been over Center Point and had this thing. I got one exhaust pipe and one turn down. We're talking redneck hot rod. Nobody is scared of a guy with one turn down. He done took a saw and cut the muffler off, put him a turn. Anyway, that's kind of the way it worked. So I come out of Center Point, I noticed a 68 or 9 GTO going up First Avenue. Well, I got to following him. I had his, remember the bolt-on ladder bars?
Oh, yeah.
All right, he had bolt-on ladder bars, and, he was a hot rod. And a 4-speed car, and mine was automatic. I pestered him all the way First Avenue through by MTO Motors and down through Wahoma. There's your new into Woodlawn, and I got to just past Woodlawn. Greg's Cookies was just up there on the right. Well, I finally got up beside him. The traffic caught me just right, and I went up beside him and I goosed him. So he looked over and throwed his, dropped a couple gears and took off. Well, I did too. Well, turbos, especially on something like that, the turbo lag was pretty bad. Well, he took off, and he pulled me a car length and a half till the boost come on. I passed him with both back tires on fire.
I hear you.
Just killed him. That was pretty fun. All right, we're going to go ahead and take our 1 hour break. We'll be right back on DragRace Central. Welcome back into DragRace Central. This segment brought to you by City Auto Sales, located out in Hueytown, 3075 Allison Bonnet Memorial Drive. Chris, you just saying you got in a sweet 86 Chevrolet Dually.
Yeah, old crew cab Dually. Thing is, we just got it in, and I'm working on getting it cleaned up. So anybody looking for it, it's a white crew cab, square body. It's got the dual headlights up front. Somebody's look like maybe a little. It's got the Kenworth bumpers on the back, kind of looking. You know how they got the big square-looking bumpers on the back and all. Make somebody a nice little work truck, or could be redone and put back on the road. As far as a good puller again, 454 automatic turbo 400.
Okay.
Dual gas tanks in it. Still got the AC on it.
Yeah, you'll need dual gas tanks with a 454.
You ain't got to mention that.
Well, if you don't know that a 454 will burn some gas, you need help, because they burn some gas.
Yeah, but hey, they're like an old mule. They'll pull anything.
Oh yeah, they do a good job. Now this is something that really concerned me. How many Corvettes are you down to?
I think we're down to one now. I just saw the one. That's the was it the Daytona or Talladega edition one they've got in there? I think they're down to that one left. So hey, it's still there. Anybody interested in it? Look up our webpage on Facebook or on cityautosales.com. It's got all of our cars on there. Hey, look at this Jeep we just got in, man. Look at that thing.
I'm gonna show these pictures on the radio. Ooh, nice.
Hey. Lime green, looking for one of those Jeeps there, that 4-door. I'll show you a picture of it.
Hey, he's holding the telephone up to the mic. Hope y'all can see it pretty good.
It looks pretty nice. If y'all could see it, I'd say, ooh, wow.
That picture sounds good.
Well, all of us having faces for the radio, we kind of understand. Well, Chris, working in a car dealership, it is amazing the kind of cars that come through, the stuff that you hadn't thought about in years and want to show up. That's just odd. I did it for so dang long. How about a Bricklin, a Bitter, DeLorean? I've worked on DeLoreans.
My goodness, feel sorry for you.
Had a French engine. The water pump bolt was about 1.5 feet long. So in metallurgy world, if you've got dissimilar metals passing, it causes electrolysis. So the bolts would rot off, and this bolt is about 1.5 feet long. It's kind of like the old Pontiac timing cover, where a water pump hooked the timing cover and timing cover hooked to the block.
Yeah, that one long bolt or two that went all the way through.
I think the DeLorean had 4 of them, and usually 3 of them would break off. If there was some sticking out, you were good. If not, you spent your whole day trying to get them dang bolts out.
There you go. Hey, if John DeLorean knew what he's doing now, those cars are still as popular today as ever, and they still hold their value, believe it or not. Unbelievable.
Have you ever seen one painted?
Yes.
There used to be a pink one running around Birmingham.
I seen one that had a drop kit on it and had lower, wider tires put on it and drop down.
Mm-hmm.
It was a nice looking DeLorean. I mean, up to date looking. I don't know what motor was in the back of it, but
it's a French engine. Here's your one. How about a Bricklin?
Yeah, Bricklin is which motor were they? Was that the Ford motor in the back?
It had a Granada chassis, 302.
Yeah.
And the fit and finish of the fiberglass was some kind of terrible.
I can imagine.
Sometimes the doors
had a big windshield on the front of it or something.
Yeah, and gull wing doors.
Mm-hmm.
How about a Bitter?
Never seen those. I don't remember that.
Don Drennan was the Bitter dealer. Guy at it's called Work Trucks now. It was Repo Sales at the time. Bill Thames called me and said, "Hey, Shue, you ever work on a Bitter?" I said, well, "I don't even know what one is. What is it?" So he said, "Well, come over here and get it." So I went up there and got the thing. Good looking car. It's a sports car. It lasted 2 or 3 years and it went away. But Don Drennan was the I'm sorry, Tom Williams. Tom Williams was the dealer because they were the new car dealer. They didn't sell many of them. Pretty cool car though.
Huh.
Well, worked on almost everything. Ferraris. I never worked on Lamborghini.
I can't say I have.
But I worked on several Ferraris. The problem with a Ferrari, when you're road testing it, you can't stop. You must slow down because if you stop, women want to get in.
Uh-oh.
And I can see that being a problem. So, but as long as you stay 15, 20 miles an hour, most of them can't catch you.
There you go.
But if you come up to a stop, they won't in. So anyway, Landon wanted one several years ago.
It would have been a sweet buy too.
Yeah, I know it was a 308 GT.
They've tripled in value since
Tom Selleck.
That story.
Tom Selleck.
The 308 GTB is Magnum PI car.
Are the motors in those sideways or?
Yeah. A transverse mounted V8. The timing chain had been done on it. Mm-hmm. The timing chain job was $8,000. You had to pull the motor out to do the timing chain.
Yeah, I see them on TV doing them. They don't seem to be happy about doing them unless you've done them before, I guess.
Looks like about a 20-foot long chain. All that stuff has to, you line it up on the gold link on the chain. Oh,
yeah.
It did not look like fun.
Now, if it's off one, it's probably.
Oh, it's about, and you got double overhead cam V8, so there's 4 camshafts you're timing along with the crankshaft.
With no room.
No room.
You got to make sure you don't scratch anything.
But you have to take the motor out of it.
Oh yeah.
Motor comes out. That's why it's $8,000.
Yeah, they got to drop them out the bottom and on a cradle and work on them and put them back up in there. So.
Holy smoke!
The dumbest thing I've ever worked on was a Lotus, and the thing was rather small.
Yep, they are. But the fool with cars so long, you'll find something that's hard. But there's a car out, and I guess they still make them. It's got hard to a whole new level. It's called a PT Cruiser.
Yep.
There's nothing as hard as that. Chris, a lot of the guys say a water pump pays, it's like 7 hours to put a water pump on. It's 14 hours because you can't do it in 14 hours. A PT Cruiser is really a neon with a funny bed on it.
Mm-hmm.
I've bought so many of them. Great cars. Would want to work on it.
Oh my!
Yeah.
It takes 2.5 days to put a water pump on it. The problem is you get the water pump loose. That's not that big a deal. But when you get it loose, it will not come out. You got to jack the motor to the driver's side with a porta power enough for that to come out and see you.
Yeah. And you can't get to it from the top anyway. There's hardly any room up there. Yeah.
It's some of the bolts out the top, some out the bottom, and now it won't come out the hole.
Yeah.
So.
Well, when they were building that, those things were hot when they came out, and they sold them things. Probably as many of those at one time, but there was Volkswagen Beetles on the road.
I know it. Well, getting back to racing, we got an event going on at the at Laster Mountain today. We got a testing tune tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Bayleton's got a bracket race today, pro and foot brake, I-22, pro foot brake, junior dragsters.
Mm-hmm.
The junior dragsters program has just gotten bigger and bigger. I'm glad these kids are getting into that.
Jake's doing a test and tune.
Huntsville.
Test and tune.
Today and tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Hang on. To be fair, it's the same flyer, but they changed the dates.
Okay.
So I'm not sure. I know it's today. Now tomorrow could change. But yes.
All right. Starting at Capital City, running. I don't know if they got anything going today, but tomorrow got the old school Outlaw 10.5 and some of that stuff. So there'll be a good event down there.
Index racing.
Starting. It's either Wednesday or Thursday. They've got a big event going on at Capital City with a 64-car shootout. And one of the prizes in the shootout is a free entry into the million. That takes place in maybe October-ish, something like this, the last part of the year. But it will be that. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday, they got a $50,000 race. Saturday's 100,000 and Sunday is 50,000 to win. So I was hoping I might as well say to win, because to lose I'd go ahead and get my money, because I'd go out first round.
Maybe not.
Well, yeah, I'm optimistic.
I'm not a big time bracket racer either, but the people who do it do a very good job, and
they do.
I'm more of an index, and also on the 15th and 16th, Capital City is doing their going back to their racing, where they're doing the index for the 550, 650. That was what we did the last time there.
Okay.
Also, they're doing Street Outlaws is going to be there. So if y'all are interested in watching the show that comes on Discovery Channel on the 15th and 16th, they're going to have Bobby Ducati, the Birdman, Mike Murillo, Scott Taylor. I guess they're doing a Texas versus New Orleans shootout, one race on Friday, and then they're going to do a follow-up on Saturday. They'll be on the website. You can look them up. So they're doing a Texas versus New Orleans. Plus, they're doing a 28, 10 and a half, 5 outlaw shootout race. Also, anybody want to get in on that?
Yeah, wasn't they doing some pro mods that day too?
Let's see. Yes, and open pro mods. So I guess that's anything really can go in that. So
well, that really would be a test session for the following week at the Outlaw Series.
Yes, that's going to be talking about a wild event. There's bring your family. That's going to be an all-dayer, that's for sure. The 2-day race again.
That's the 22nd and 23rd.
22nd, 23rd. Outlaw Pro Mods, top sportsmen, top dragsters, 470 index, 650 index, 550 index, and pro junior dragsters.
Ooh.
So it's a new twist on that. So
now he's going to have, in there 5 of those events this year. The American Outlaw Series, I believe there are 5 of them.
Yes, it is.
And this is the first in the series. So we get back down there, we'll talk to Ben more about, and that's going to be in 2 weeks. So we'll get down and talk to Ben about.
And if I am a second, this is guaranteed money in pro mods, Outlaw Pro Mods, $10,000 a win. There's no entry fee. Hey, we need to take that Corvette down there.
Yeah. We'll put Landon in there. We'll operate the nitrous from a
remote control.
Yeah, airplane remote control. He said, "Man, this thing don't leave hard, but it takes off after that." Don't worry, son, it'll be fine.
No bottom end on
it. You work the remote control. I'll work the parachutes. How about that?
There you go.
Okay.
We hear you squealing like a little girl. We know we need to turn it up just a little more.
Yeah, remember the when the jet dragsters had started coming out, they gave Tommy Ivo a ride in one of them, the Green Monster, and they said, "Look, I got this button on the dash. If we get going down a ride on that jet dragster down through there, you push this button, that'll let me know to lit up." So they took Tommy Ivo on a ride in the Green Monster or whatever it was, going down the track, and halfway down the track, a light on top of the dragster started flashing on and off, on and off. What they didn't tell Tommy was that there was a light on top of that thing to let you know that you're wussing out. So he was hitting that button all the way down through the track. But they didn't tell him that there was a light coming on until after the race.
Yeah, I didn't know you want me to turn off. I thought that's funny.
Oh well, so we'll put you one of those lights in there.
Appreciate it. What's it? I sound like somebody screaming like a little girl. Oh, that's Landon.
Hey, we'll be right back after this short break.
Ward Brothers Motorsports, 205-208-3278. That's 205-208-FAST. You can find them at 8691 Thornton Avenue, Leeds.
You've arrived at your destination.
Or look them up on the web at wardbrothersmotorsports.com. Performance vehicle dealer. No games, no gimmicks, just car guys who like to have fun.
Have you ever had weird sounds coming from your trailer? Are you stopping at a red light and your tire from your trailer passes you? Then you need the Hub Saver. You can find them on the web at thehubsaver.com. So don't get stranded on the side of the road for 24 hours and lose money. Go to thehubsaver.com.
Marsh Automotive Custom Dyno Tuning and Car Engine Swap. You can locate them at 65472 U.S. Highway 231, Blunsville, Alabama. Give them a call at 205-429-4131. That's 205-429-4131.
Glassworks Plus offers expert commercial and residential glass services by installing, repairing, and replacing the glass on your property. Glassworks Plus will take care of all your glass needs, from tempered and insulated glass to window installation and shower enclosures. We have the skills and expertise to install and repair the glass you desire. Give them a call at 205-681-9162. That's 205-681-9162 for all your commercial and residential glass needs. They do storefronts and doors also.
This segment brought to you by Wholesale Transmission at 425 University Boulevard. Take care of all your transmission needs. The area code 205-251-0466. That's 251-0466.
We parents hear our kids say lots of things that can get us pretty worked up. Things like,
"Look, Mom, no hands."
And,
"Ouch, that hurts."
look, you'll never completely stop worrying about your kids. But you can breathe a little easier with free or low-cost health insurance through Medicaid and CHIP programs in your state. The truth is, they're covering more kids and teens than ever before. So even if you've applied in the past, even if you don't qualify, your kids can now be eligible for regular doctor and dentist visits, prescriptions, and more. So the next time you hear,
"Ooh, I don't feel so good,"
relax. Your kids can be covered.
Get us kids covered today. Families of 4 earning up to $49,200 a year or more may qualify. Just go to insurekidsnow.gov or call 1-877-KIDS-NOW. That's 1-877-543-7669. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Welcome back into DragRace Central. Landon, talk about Ray's Drive Shafts.
Ray's Drive Shafts located at 1417 Decatur Highway in Fultondale, Alabama. Give them a call in at 256-572-7485. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. They have almost 50 years of experience making drive shafts.
Man.
That's crazy.
So he must have started when he was 3.
Okay.
Nah, probably not. He probably was a little older than that.
Not a young man anymore.
Well, he's got experience.
That's right.
Well, there's some.
With age comes wisdom.
Well, there's some things that you want your people with that's doing the service. There's things you want them to have is gray hair. You want your pilot to have gray hair. You prefer your doctor to have gray hair, and you want your mechanic to have gray hair, because he's already made all the mistakes he's gonna make. So this is a good thing.
Are you sure about that though?
Yeah, but
he's made a lot of them so far.
Yeah, but you know the things not to do. A 23-year-old flying the airplane for you hadn't made as near as many mistakes, and learned how to fix them as a 55-year-old.
Yeah,
that's the way it works.
He got to get his gray hair somewhere.
You got that right. Well, he survived them all.
Exactly.
That's what you ought to do.
Exactly.
So,
yeah, Ray's is located. We talked about this at Capital City. Ray's is located in Off-Road Connections building.
Yes, he is.
So if you go to
Fultondale.
So if you know the drive shaft place there at Off-Road Connections, Ray's Drive Shaft.
Well, Todd from MTO Motors, he's had them done there. Mm-hmm. How about Ben Willis from Capital City? He's had them done there.
Oh, that's why I brought it up. He didn't know he had Ray do his drive shafts.
Yeah,
he's just like Ray's. I've never been to Ray's. He was just like, I've been to the one right there, Off-Road Connections.
Yeah, he didn't realize he'd been there.
That's right.
If you're not exactly sure where it is, go to Fultondale. Ask where the Army tank is. Look for the Army tank. When you find it,
Follow the gun.
The gun looks over it because you come out of the drive, you look, man, I hope they ain't got no bullets in it. That's gonna leave a mark.
Exactly.
It's about a what is that, 4 or 5 inch gun? Whatever they are, it'll leave a mark on you. That's for dang sure.
72 millimeter.
72 millimeters is about 3 inches ish.
There you go.
Yeah, whatever it is, it'd make a mark.
Yep.
Yeah, but look for that, and it's easy to find. Once you just look down the barrel of that gun, you'll see raised drive shaft and off-road connection.
That's it. So today, let me go over some of these events we got going on today.
Okay, we got Huntsville having a test and tune today for sure, possibly tomorrow. I'm not sure if that was meant to be posted like that. We have I-22 has Pro ET foot brake junior dragsters, part of their point series. Jake's Dragway has a test and tune. Baylison's beginning their first weekly bracket race on their Saturday evenings. We have a street events going on there at Laster Mountain this week, today, and then a test and tune tomorrow.
All right, Holiday Beach.
They are having their pro, their foot brake and pro, and junior dragsters. So tomorrow.
Did you say I-22?
I did.
Okay.
Tomorrow we have Cattle City Motorsports. They are doing their Classic Sunday race, as it's called. I'm sorry, Old School.
Old School.
Yeah, Old School race.
Just one thing that bothers me is Old School. I was old when that started.
It was new school back then.
It was. That's kind of spooky. Yeah, back in the day. What do you mean back in the day? Yeah, I was already old then.
How were gassers when they were new? You around during the gassers were new cars.
Nope.
Is that?
Wait, I guess I was.
You were.
Huh. We didn't. My dad didn't race. I think hitting a train kind of stopped him from wanting to race a whole lot. He hit a train in North Birmingham racing somebody. He said, "You're not gonna believe it. Train won't move when you hit him."
No. Remember, it's not. He got hit by a train. He hit the train.
He hit the train. The train didn't hit him. Come off the train. Hit him.
In North Birmingham, they have viaducts where you go across train tracks. In the '60s, they didn't have those. If you lived in north part of Jefferson County, and you got deathly ill, sick, you're in bad shape. If the train was there, you just had to wait. There's no way to get around them, so they built in 2 viaducts where you could get past the train. But one of them, the train apparently was dark, and my dad went flying down and hit a train, broke a kneecap. I think bit through his lip. It didn't work out. So he didn't have a whole lot to say about hot rods after that.
I can imagine. That was but luckily he got through it. But that being said, that would probably be a big deterrent. So every time you match the loud pedal, you think of a train being in front of you.
Yeah.
Well, my dad,
that'll do it.
He, me fooling with hot rods. He said, "Boy, you need you a 50-mile Oldsmobile, a Super 88. Them things were fast." I don't know. He every day needs you a Super 88. Okay, nah, I don't think so. So anyway, he came by the house one night, and I just fired the 427 Camaro up with nitrous. "Come on, go for a ride with me." "Well, boy, you need a 50-mile Oldsmobile." Okay. So we went north on 31. When you turn left on Mount Olive Road, remember it went down before the interstate. It went down, just stopped. So we went down there, and you always went down and turned around, make sure there wasn't no police down there. And I turned around and took off, and he said, "Oh my gosh!" And then I touched the nitrous. All the blood come out of him. He said, "Son, you're gonna die. There's no way you're gonna die, son. You got no business." He said, "You don't need no 50-mile Oldsmobile. This thing will fly."
Hey, and now it came full circle. I have older people telling me that I need a Camaro with a 420 with a 451 nitrous.
Yep.
It came full circle.
It is.
You were talking about back in the day the 55s right there. That's how it is now.
Well, now I've got a 55.
Yeah.
What'd you call that
You
thing?
finally did it full circle.
Blue Thunder.
The Blue Thunder? Okay.
Yep. But yeah, see, it came full circle.
Talking about that.
Your dad told you how you needed such a fast car, and I have people around your age tell me how I need the cars that were fast back then.
I remember the story you told, the same one David was telling me last week about his father riding in his Camaro with a nitrous and didn't think that car was that fast until he took his dad for a ride. He said, this thing will fly. And he went and got a neighbor, put him in the car, and they all rode down again. They all came out. This car will fly. And, you crazy. And they opened the hood and a little small block under the hood there with nitrous.
All right, guys, we're going to take our first break of this hour. We'll be right back on DragRace Central.
That was the second break.
This portion of the show is brought to you by The Home Place. They have 2 locations. They have Pinson and Warrior. Pinson number is 205-681-6226 or the Warrior location at 205-543-6556.
I'm a veteran. My victory was admitting I had PTSD and getting help.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
I no longer see it as a weakness, but as a sign of strength. I call it post-traumatic growth.
DAV provides a lifetime of support, helping veterans of every generation get the benefits they've earned.
I am a veteran. I lost both legs in Vietnam.
Every year, DAV helps more than 1 million veterans so they can reach victories great and small.
My victory was getting my benefits and a good education.
I'm a veteran. When I got out, I felt like nowhere was safe. My victory was finding the help I needed.
But there's more to be done, and more victories to be won.
Thanks to DAV, now I feel like I'm human again.
Help support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
New federal guidelines have nearly doubled the number of Americans eligible for lung cancer screening. Insurance companies are required to cover these tests for those ages 50 to 80 who currently smoke or used to smoke. Along with new treatments, lung cancer screening saves lives. If you are 50 to 80 years old and smoke or used to smoke, talk to your doctor about lung cancer screening. For more information and to find a screening center near you, visit the National Lung Cancer Roundtable at nlcrt.org.
It's a bully, but we aren't afraid of a fight. It's elusive, but our focus never fades. It's deadly, but we were born to defeat cancer. You may not have heard of us, but our work has helped millions impacted by cancer. We are the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. We are leaders in advancing breakthroughs in immunotherapy, genomics, and personalized medicine. This research saves lives. After 65 years of fighting blood cancers, we've arrived at a game-changing belief. The cures for cancer are in our blood. The drugs and treatments we've developed for blood cancers have helped people affected by many different types of cancers. We are the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Beating cancer is in our blood. Learn more at LLS.org.
Welcome back into DragRace Central. Chris, you know, they got the Outlaws 733 on this Saturday morning, the Street Outlaws. You came up with a name. I was not familiar with this car. Who is that?
So if you pull them up on the Facebook page, or if you go over to that the racing they're doing there with the American Outlaw, it'll show a lot of their cars. So they've run this race before last year at different tracks, but coming on this season, it says here that Mike Sword, SWORD, but it looks like an old Firebird from the late 60s in there, and blown, and it looks like they're saying it's tuned by Scotty Cannon, the Scotty Cannon. So if you make it to the American Outlaws coming up on the 22nd, 23rd, go by and check that car out. You may see old Scotty Cannon there tuning on it.
He's been around for a long, long time.
Mike Sword used to run NHRA Pro Mod.
Okay. So apparently, well, if you're racing for money, you're confused. You got to race for fun and hope you get some money. I think that's really the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah. If you're having fun, it's definitely the money's the bonus, but if you win it. So hopefully you can get down there and see us down there. We'll be running also coming up. So
I'm going to be running Top Fuel.
Hey.
Well, maybe not. I'm the world's slowest 7.0 car.
Whose car is that? I need to cut the bumper off that thing.
What is it?
57.
I cut the bumper off of it.
Okay. Why is he going to do that?
Go in your car.
Mine's a 55.
Your bumper be all right.
Oh.
Nobody's going to be able to tell the difference.
Oh, really? So you're going to cut the whole... Give me that picture. You're showing pictures on the radio.
No, I'm just here to know whose house I need to go to cut that bumper off.
Okay, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, we're cutting.
Now my front bumper looks all right.
I need the back.
Oh, we need the back. Yeah, we sure.
That's why I need to cut off. I don't need the front.
Yeah, need to redo that whale tail on the back of it.
Ooh,
it's not a whale tail.
You got a picnic table back there. Is what you got.
No, he's got a triangle back there. Is the problem?
Well, you can feed a family of 4 off of it.
That's for sure.
The Sunday sit-down dinner, got plenty of room for it on the back, on the spoiler.
When back in the day, when they were trying to make these Pro Mod boxy cars fly, that they said they couldn't make do. You know, the wings were kind of a taboo. That's not all of it, but when they kind of got that wedge shape going back there,
yeah,
you know, that was all of a sudden the craze, and you saw a lot of that on the cars. There was to put that wedge back there. But as through the years went by, you know, they learned that you just need that top side with the canards kind of on the side. And you didn't have to have that big old wedge on the back of it.
That was the finisher's choice, because there's a back bumper back there.
There's the trunk, yeah. This called, here's you want, the Bernoulli principle. Bernoulli principle is how an airplane flies, because across the top of a wing is longer distance than on the bottom of the wing, so it creates a low pressure area. All right. That being said, when air goes across the top of a car, it creates a low pressure area and will lift the back of the car up, takes the weight off of it. So they put these spoilers on there, and as opposed to putting pressure on it, it kills lift. So killing the lift is actually what you're after. And of course, you know, then you can add a wicker bill, and there's some other cool things you can do.
Yeah.
A vortex generator.
Yep. We don't have any. This has got winglets on it.
Yeah, those little tiny fins.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
vortex generator.
So talking some physics here, and that's about all the physics I know. I know Boyle's gas law, the Bernoulli principle. I you know, some of these things are in the real world are kind of important. You'll have these problems. You're not really sure what to call it. I don't need to do that again.
There you go. Well, anyway, hopefully we'll have the Corvette out here soon. Maybe we'll see it tomorrow if the batteries come in today. If not,
well, they come by truck, and I didn't realize that that's the only way batteries are shipped. I bought a 16-volt, and these are the absorbed glass mat or AGM battery. The batteries in the car has been down for a while, and it just will not do. And those old motors are are kind of hard to turn over. So anyway, I got to get that done, and if all goes well, and my intentions were to run it this weekend, but all goes well, next weekend I'll be scratching off somewhere in this little dumpling.
That'd be interesting. What are we going to name it again? Or
For sale.
I think we're going to call it Pucker Factor. Going to make me pucker up.
Be named For Sale.
Landon, yeah, he wants to name it For Sale.
That's pretty good.
Whatever, your name here.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we'll have a whole new set of stickers. Give them one of them little sticker things where you just put your own name on it.
Yeah, you just put your name here, and there you go.
Now, Landon, I want to keep it long enough to put it in the World of Wheels next year. What do you think about that?
How about we just let the guy who buys it from us let us bring it with us?
Chris, you hear what I'm putting up with? And he's going to want me to buy breakfast too. So are you.
Yep.
Talking about breakfast.
Oh, yeah. What are you thinking for breakfast? Now, we got to go get his honey. She wimped out on us, wouldn't get up at 5 in the morning to come visit with us. So I told her that, I said, what do you think about just sleeping in? We'll come back and get you. Oh, yes, this is wonderful.
I got in on that, Lyndon. He asked me the other night, hey, you want to come on the radio? And I'm going, hey, you doing breakfast?
Well, yeah. Chris,
got to eat sometime.
Here's the rule. When I eat, everybody eats. When I pay, everybody pays. I'm not sure that's the way it works.
Hey, I can use Chris' free labor.
Yeah.
I got to move a hot tub today.
What?
Oh, yeah. We're having breakfast at our house. How do you feel about moving a hot tub?
Oh, and a grill.
I feel like a sore throat.
We've got a
big grill. I got to move.
Big green egg that needs to go to his house. And
shouldn't you be able to take that and just lay it on the side and roll it?
No. Well, this is in a stand kind of thing. It's 300 pounds maybe.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I can do some pretty good leg presses. I can't lift this one.
So it's going to take two of us to.
I think I would leave it right where it's at. That's what I would do.
No, it's at my house.
It's at his house.
His
It's
house.
mine. Yep.
And I wanted his house. I got too much stuff. I'm
making some room for his 280.
This
is for him.
Yeah, right. I'm decluttering my life.
Yeah.
And
to make more room for some more clutter.
Brand new clutter. Duh. Everybody knows that.
Look, I told him, I said, look, if you buy any more cars, you're going to need another garage.
Well, I've got rid of the Mercedes left. Both Mercedes left.
Yeah. But I'm talking about inside cars.
Oh, we're not going to do any more inside cars.
Yeah.
Unless I can use the trailer as a garage.
Yeah.
I could buy another car.
Yeah. Well,
no.
You're bound to be running out of room because you don't have a lot of garage space.
I'm through. Now, if I sell one, I'll replace it. I got no problem with that. I had priced the 55 to a guy a couple weeks ago. Anyway,
he's trying to figure out which one he wants to sell.
Really?
Yep.
I will sell either one of them. Hey, anybody want to buy a son? I'll sell him.
Come on.
He'll keep coming back.
I know it. How much you get for a slightly used son?
Well, he's in pretty good shape, so he can pick up a lot. He could probably pick up a green egg by himself.
Am I more expensive or cheaper now that I'm 25 instead of just born?
I think you're cheaper.
Okay.
Wait a minute. A house and a new car. No, you're more expensive.
I'm about to say you paid for me 25 years ago.
Well, I paid you out of layaway. Let's go out and take a break. We'll be right back on DragRace Central.
That's 205-208-FAST. You can find them at 8691 Thornton Avenue, Leeds.
You've arrived at your destination.
Or look them up on the web at wardbrothersmotorsports.com. Performance vehicle dealer. No games, no gimmicks, just car guys who like to have fun.
Have you ever had weird sounds coming from your trailer? Are you stopping at a red light and your tire from your trailer passes you? Then you need the Hub Saver. You can find them on the web at thehubsaver.com. So don't get stranded on the side of the road for 24 hours and lose money. Go to thehubsaver.com.
March Automotive Custom Dyno Tuning and Car Engine Swap. You can locate them at 65472 U.S. Highway 231, Blunsville, Alabama. Give them a call at 205-429-4131. That's 205-429-4131.
Glassworks Plus offers expert commercial and residential glass services by installing, repairing, and replacing the glass on your property. Glassworks Plus will take care of all your glass needs, from tempered and insulated glass to window installation and shower enclosures. We have the skills and expertise to install and repair the glass you desire. Give them a call at 205-681-9162. That's 205-681-9162 for all your commercial and residential glass needs. They do storefronts and doors also.
I spend a lot of time in the garage, but even more time in the rain, sleet, and mud. In '95, I helped tow your moving trailer. In '05, I helped you get out of a ditch. Yeah, I know I'm a bit rusty, and sadly in '09, it was sparks from me, your handy chains, dragging behind your truck that accidentally started a wildfire.
Sparks from dragging chains can start a wildfire. Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back into the last segment here on DragRace Central. I am trying to mash a button. 7:46 here in the morning. Let's talk about VP Racing Fuel.
VP.
Today and tomorrow we're going to be wide open with the racing. Go by and get your favorite flavor.
That's
Don't
right.
taste it. Basic cars.
Make sure you're
high compression. As a general rule, Chris, back me up or tell me if I'm wrong. Basic high compression. Pretty much whatever. So 110 will take care of just about all your needs. When you start adding, and it'll handle some nitrous, but when you start putting 200 plus, probably the 200 plus range, you go to a C16. And when you are max effort and you got 500 or 600 horses of nitrous on multi-stages, you got to go to the C23. VP's also got something. There's a fuel you put in your lawn equipment. It has a 5-year shelf life. Next spring, when you reach and pull it, it'll crank. It doesn't muck up the carburetors. So it does have a 5-year shelf life. So you can get with Rick at the VP and they'll fix you up.
That's right.
How about some locations?
We got off-road connections. We have Garden Hill Performance, Dodge City Collisions, NVS Auto, DG Motorsports. Then we have Ford Tracks. It's Capital City Motorsports, Holiday Raceway, Laster Mountain, and Bayleton Dragway.
Well, he's just growing and growing.
Hey, there's another thing. I did not know this. I had this dually when we got it. Somebody must have put regular in it, and it really didn't run good. So I went to the store, And VP also sells an octane booster that you can buy and pour in your gas tank.
Yes.
And it will boost it up to 5 numbers on the octane ratings.
How about this? Actually, it goes 8. Remember the old 104 octane boost? It raised the octane 0.8 of 1 point. The VP goes 8 points.
Yes.
And that's good stuff.
Yes. So.
And I think quart of it's about $20.
No. 16 ounces. Well, I got a 16 ounce.
Yeah.
$12.
Wow, what a bargain.
Yeah.
But the stuff does work.
Yes, VP. You know, anything VP puts the name behind, it's got to be good quality stuff.
Oh, yeah.
They would do it.
And also nitrous bottles, take them to Gardendale Performance and leave them, and Rick could come by and pick those things up and fill them up and bring them back to up there. And you pick them up at the same place. Don't bring them Saturday. You can't get them to fill on Saturday. It won't work. Make sure you come the first of the week and give them a few days to get it done, and nobody's in a hurry, and it works out real well.
Yep.
So go out to the track somewhere today. I don't know. This is the first Saturday night of the month, and I'm not sure where the first Saturday night car show. There's going to be some car shows tonight at McCalla. I think McCalla does one. I think that's where it is, off of exit 1 on 459.
It's either there or Alabaster. Alabaster Silva's doing them, I believe.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things. But find you a car show to go out. We got Barbers Motorsports Park. We got some round track guys are wide open. I know our roving reporter from up in Moulton he hadn't called us, but Moulton Dragway, we got Jake's.
Well, yeah, they're doing a test and tune.
Okay,
today.
Jake's doing test and tune. Never had an opportunity to go up there. I blew a motor up there one time. I looked in the rearview mirror. It looked like a rooster tail off a bass boat. That's how much smoke was behind it. It was a 3-bagger.
Ooh.
3 bags of oil dry to clean that mess up.
I bet everybody was telling you was number 1 and, as you went by.
Well, I was going pretty fast when it happened.
Make it count.
I think my biggest problem, I had a too thin of oil pan because the connecting rod knocked a hole in it. If I'd had a thicker oil pan, I wouldn't have had this problem.
We should see the manufacturer, see if they can do something about that.
I need some armor plating.
Or never do that again. That's the best thing to do.
Yeah. I had used some Eagle SIR rods, which is like a stock replacement, but they're not near as good as stock rods, but you can get them. First stage of nitros was fine. I touched in second stage. I should not have done that on those rods. They're good for 500 horsepower. Bad idea. 2 or 3 of them just snapped in two. The rest of them looked like pretzels. It's amazing how much pressure is on top of a piston. It'll shrink the connecting rod.
Yes, and so one day we ought to get into the difference between different rods, aluminum rods, steel rods,
and why you and titanium
rods.
Yeah, we probably need, and actually make carbon fiber.
Yeah.
The NASCAR, actually in NASCAR engines they limit the amount of carbon fiber you can use. I think there's actually a spec on rotating assembly weight. They've got some pretty heavy duty. Speaking of that, the R07 engine has been timed out with that's the Chevrolet. I'm trying to think of what the Ford is. Anyway, the Ford lobbied NASCAR to change motors. We hadn't had a cam in block motor in since the 90s. Probably 95, 4, 5, 6, something like that.
Right.
Everything's been overhead cam, and we're still having to use that.
Yeah, I think isn't the overhead cams generally more efficient?
Yes.
Even though these cars make great horsepower, it really comes down for them for how long they can run them, fuel efficiency and stuff like that. It's not as much racing as it is.
Well, how about this?
Keep going fast.
4 valve per cylinder. Your valves are so much smaller. You don't have near as much valve spring. That cuts cost. Of course, 4 camshells is not inexpensive, but the 4 valve per cylinder stuff is good. And actually, Honda makes a Cloverleaf 5 valve. ignition timing on a 5-valve cylinder, is 0. Generally, the better the cylinder head, the less ignition timing you need. The old closed chamber big block, 42 degrees. And, I say when I say spark time, is actually ignition lead is the correct term. It takes that long to get the fire started. And the better the cylinder head, the less you need it.
Right.
So in nitrous, you don't need as much. LS motor, under song about full song probably 15 degrees. They just don't require a lot. The better the heads, the less it needs.
Yep.
So we probably need to get in that stuff. The engineer side will get over my head pretty quick.
Yeah.
But we know why or how it works. I don't know why it works.
Yeah.
Soft chambers, a power adder chamber. Nope, you over my head. But you buy whatever kind of chamber for the motor you're using.
Yep.
Exactly. But that's a good discussion to get into one day, because I've run some aluminum rod motors, and I really love those motors.
Well, the Corvette it's all aluminum motors, got aluminum rods in it too. So I hope that's going to be all right. Now my intentions are to run it this whole year, and be safe. And I'm gonna put a set of rods in it the wintertime. I'll freshen it up with rods, rings and bearings and that kind of stuff. But I kind of want to get it under my my learning curve to where it needs to be, where I'm not so confused. I got that deer in headlight look. You get in this thing, there's switches and things everywhere.
What ignition system's in it?
MSD.
7AL.
Yeah, that kind of. But no, it's got a
9AL.
9AL?
No, it's something that's got a 7530 or 31 box in it. You plug it up to a laptop.
Oh, okay.
And you can alter the ramping of the nitrous and taking power and putting power in it. And Jason Guthrie, of course, he called me a while ago, but he's going to help me program this thing. You can download the computer deal from MSD's website, and you go in and make all the adjustments on the timing you need to do. Taking the timing out when you add nitrous, and you can do all that with a laptop.
Sounds good.
If you don't take it out, I'm doing a trophy right now with a piston that did not survive too much ignition timing.
Yeah.
I hear.
We are at the
or is this the end of the show? We're 7.
We are getting there.
We're getting there. City Auto Sales.
City Auto Sales. Go out there and see them at 3075 Allison Bonnet Memorial Drive. Give J.E. a call at 205-744-1119. You want the fax? You think we should give the fax out?
No, I don't give a fax.
Don't give a fax.
Yeah,
I don't even think I got a fax anymore. Just hey,
yeah,
if you're not sure, find me. I'll hook you up. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's right. Well, see Chris there. They got the square body dually, and got one Corvette left. You need to hurry on out there and get the Corvette. When they came on board with us, there was 4 of them. Them things took missing.
Yes, actually, at one time they had 6 of them things in there.
Wow.
And I believe we're all the way down to 1. So we got 1 left. It's got your name on it. All you have to do is come down there and sign a piece of paper, and you can drive home with it today.
Chris, of course, you and I both fool with cars for quite some time now, and they run in spurts. I would look out in our parking lot, and we'd have white van day. There'd be white vans everywhere. And what made them all come in? You work on a Corvette every day, there'd be 4 sitting out there. Minivans, there's 10. I don't know how that worked. I mean, I'm sure in a car dealership, all of a sudden you'll have a bunch of Corvettes, then you won't have any for a while, and then it's just strange how that works.
We had small car day one time. It was 3 Miatas in at the exact same time, all in the bays.
Yep.
It was weird.
Well, it never ceases to amaze me of the cars we get in there and trucks. So anything from utility vans, small ones, big ones, trucks, utility trucks, all the way up to your pulling trucks, to the big 4-wheel drive trucks that sits off at the ground, everything they've got, and small cars, big cars, anything you can think of. Minivans for your growing family. They've got them there.
Oh, mommy missile.
That's it. Soccer bombs.
Soccer bomb, mommy missiles.
Got them
All right.
there.
Just remember, City Auto Sales. Now, we about to do some breakfast. We got to figure out what we're going to do breakfast. But, guys, this is the end of the show. I've enjoyed it, Chris. Thanks for coming in.
Anytime.
Thank you.
Remember a replay tonight, 9 to 11?
That's right.
And just remember, the older I get, the faster I'm going to be. See y'all next week.